Hey up everyone, I'm back again. So I managed to grab hold of this nice little trinket from OnePlus, which is the OnePlus One, and to have to say it wasn't the easiest phone to grab hold of. They do make it quite laborious to get one, but you can get one from Amazon or eBay now quite easily, and you do get your warranty, etc. Fulfilled by that. I got mine from Amazon, and this is the 64 gig model with the sandstone black back on it, which feels very nice and textured, a bit like a sandy type of texture, but obviously hopefully it will hold up. But I have to say, upon my first impressions of the device, it's a lot bigger than I was expecting. It certainly is quite a lot to, get your hand in around the device. I probably would have preferred it if they kept the proportions to about 5.2 inches at the max, but it's not to say it's hard to use or anything. But I definitely think it would appeal more to phablet type of fans rather than people who like smaller phones. It does feel quite hefty as well. It's probably one of the more heavier handsets that I've felt for a while, but it is quite nice and thin and feels very well built. You're not getting anything cheap just because the price is quite low. It feels like it's built to last, and this glass does really feel high quality when you're using it. So I'm quite impressed with the build quality for the price. As I say, you can get the 64 gig model for about 300, and the white one, which is 16 gig, for about 229, I think it is. So, undercutting Nexus 5 prices there, and you're getting a lot more value for money than the Nexus 5, and very near stock experience. In terms of the specs, I'm sure you know about them already, so I'm not going to go too much into that. But you are getting a nice 30 megapixel camera, which is on the back with dual LED flash, as well as it supports 4K, which is nice as well. You get a 5 megapixel camera on the front for your selfies, so this is definitely a phone for people who like selfies. You're also getting latest Snapdragon 801, clocked at quite a decent amount. I forget the exact amount now, but I think it's 2.5 gigahertz in fact, which is extremely fast, along with Crate 400 architecture and Adreno 330 for the graphics. So you're pretty much sorted when it comes to specs. Oh, and there's 3 gigs of RAM as well. So it's amazing that you can get all this for this price. And when it comes to the actual phone operation, it feels every bit as fast as the Nexus 5, if not a little bit faster. Going into stuff, it's just amazingly easy, and there's just absolutely no lags whatsoever. And I think that would have something to do with the fact that it's running Cyanogen mod, I think that's how you pronounce it, which is like a very stock build of Android. So you get quite nice access to the buttons on the right, so you haven't put it on the top, which would be a major fail for this type of tall device. It does take micro SIM, which is nice as well. I'm a big fan of micro SIM because there's still quite a lot of devices which support it. And you got your volume rocker there, which feels quite solid. It's not too difficult to use. So I would like the capacitive buttons to be a bit brighter. I've not figured out how to make them a bit brighter. You probably can't even see them on the camera, but they are there. They're kind of like little blue icons, but they're not very bright at the moment, so I would like them to be a bit brighter. Hopefully you can change them to be brighter. Comes with all your goodies such as NFC, LTE latest version, LTE advanced, GLONASS, etc. So you're pretty much sorted when it comes to connectivity. You support USB hosts as well, USB on the go. So if 64 gigs isn't enough for you, you can always add to that. In terms of the actual screen, the screen's IPS display, and it's 1080 by 1920 pixels, so it's full HD at 401 ppi, and it supports multi-touch up to 10 fingers. So if you ever want to touch your phone with 10 fingers, then go right ahead. And that's covered by Gorilla Glass 3, which is nice. So in terms of the actual screen quality, I'd say it's definitely on par with the best. It's much better in my opinion than the Nexus 5 screen, and I'd put it just about near the Z2, which itself has an excellent LCD screen. Viewing angles are very nice, and you know, it rarely lets you down in terms of the washing out issues or anything like that. Screen visibility outdoors, again, very nice. You're not going to have any issues whatsoever when it comes to the screen. Very nice indeed. And all the text, etc., appears very crisp and colourful. So yeah, you know, screen fans definitely will want to check this phone out. It's, you know, got a really nice screen on it. In terms of the battery, you get a 3100 mAh battery, so you know that's enough juice to basically get most people through the day. And using the phone quite extensively yesterday, you know, I'm still on 54% battery, so it's definitely a road warrior device, even though it's not replaceable, unfortunately. But you shouldn't have any issues with the battery on this. It'll probably last you twice as long as the Nexus 5's battery. And I don't think there's many options when it comes to power saving. We'll just have a double check of that. No, I don't think they've bothered really, because it's not really necessary, to be absolutely honest. It's you know, definitely fulfill most people's usage. As you may have noticed, it is running a slightly modified version of Android, which is called Cyanogen Mod. And I have to admit, I've never actually used Cyanogen Mod on any of my devices anymore. But I have to say, I do like this skin. I think it's a very nice, refreshing change from the normal KitKat icons, and isn't too far away from you know, your stock Android, so you're not having to worry about it slowing it down or anything. And it does give you a wealth of customization options that you're not going to find on like a Moto X or a Nexus 5, such as you know, the ability to quickly put different things on your lock screen, gestures as well. I've noticed that this actually supports double tap to turn it on. I think it does anyway. You see, it was the other day. Maybe it doesn't want to do it now, but I'm sure it was doing it the other day. But I'll have a look into that. But as you can see, you can do different gestures, such as draw a circle to activate the camera. So we can try that. Doesn't seem to be working on the home screen, or maybe you do it when the screen's off. There you go. So it's a little bit temperamental, but it's nice that they're actually adding these things to the device. Yeah, that probably will take some practice, but yeah, hopefully they might improve that on some software updates. It looks a bit temperamental, but as you can see, I do like the way that you unlock the device, dragging it down like that. That's quite cool and quite funky. So what else have we got? You can set different themes. So I've got the default one on now. I can put a hollow one on. I'm not going to change the theme, in fact, because it might mess up all my icons, etc. But it looks like you can definitely customize a hell of a lot of stuff on it, which for people who like to customize things, then this will definitely appeal to you. So you can set different profiles on, it seems. Can customize the notification drawer, which is nice. So buttons. Wonder if you can change the light amount. Can't seem to see it, but yeah, you get the drill. It's a very nice mod, and gives you a lot of things to do with the device that you won't be able to do on a stock ROM. So big fan of this Cyanogen mod, although I am still learning quite a lot about it, because as I said, I've never used it before. So from this screen you can set a different scroll effect if you want, getting a bit into LGG2 territory here with the customization. But you can, for example, I'll just put on the cube effect, which looks quite nice. And this does have a notification light as well, which does flash when you receive things, so that's quite a nice addition. In terms of that camera, which is a 13 megapixel camera, this actually is the new Sony sensor, new generation Sony sensor, along with the Xiaomi Mi4 I think it's called, which I'm quite happy that they put that in, because it does offer you some improvements in regards to the clarity and colour accuracy, and in terms of the actual focusing, etc., I find it to be very quick, but not particularly much faster than the current flagships. To be honest, I'd say it does the job, but I've not been completely bowled away by it. And you can do different customizations though that you wouldn't find on the Nexus 5, for example, such as adjust the ISO, which is nice, and the exposure mode. So quite a few things on there. As you can see, I've got it on 13 megapixels, but you can change it to different ratios as well. So you can set different quality. And I do like the interface as well, the way you can just kind of like scroll to the left and get to the video stuff. And here you'll see the Ultra HD mode, as well as DCI, which I'm not sure what that is, but you can set slow motion, time lapse as well, change the video codec if you want. So lots of stuff in there. You can use the power button as a shutter as well, which is quite useful because it doesn't have a physical shutter button. So yeah, that gets around that. You can also do panorama type action, which is quite nice. But I don't have much space to show you on camera, so we'll leave that. And obviously, yeah, you've got that 5 megapixel selfie camera, which is nice. In terms of the actual quality, I found it to be very good indeed. Easily, among the flagships. Very highly detailed and very nice colour accuracy. Not too much noise. And I think that most people will be happy with the camera quality on this device. It's certainly better than Nexus 5's camera quality, and as well as the customizations that you can make on the camera app, then it's definitely a better phone for photography buffs. I've not really tried it too much in low light yet, so hopefully it should do quite well there. I think the sound recording also is in stereo, which I don't think that's too bad at all, really. So video recording, still got to test that out, but I'm expecting good things from that as well. So yeah, it's quite a well featured camera on this for saying it's such a stock device. And those speakers, should give them a try. See, I am expecting that they should pump out sound quite well. I'm very impressed by that, in fact. It's very loud and bassy, which I wasn't expecting actually. So in terms of the speaker quality from these speakers, very good. I'd rate this about near the Motorola, I'd say Moto X, kind of Moto G kind of range, but a little bit more bassy. Still not up there with the HTC One, but I think that's in the category of its own because of those dedicated speakers. But this is definitely a good device to take on the road with you if you haven't got Bluetooth speakers. So I have tried the headphone and earphone quality as well through the music app, which is Google's music app. And I have to say it's very good. You can set a whole load of different equalizations as well, if that doesn't float your boat. So definitely excellent music performance on this device. and as you could see there, you could actually get more options when you're using the headphones or earphones. But I'm really pleased with what they've done with this, the audio quality on this device. I was thinking that it might be a bit watered down to keep the price down, kind of like the Nexus 5s, which I'm not a big fan of the audio experience on that, but audiophiles will definitely like this device. So what do I think of it? I think that you know, for the price, this phone is an absolute steal. I think the only real issue which I have a bit of a question mark over is like you know, the future of OnePlus One, the actual company, and the support and all that. And I think that that's what a lot of people might be a bit hesitant to get this device for. But you know, I have to say, if you are looking for, you know, the best of the best for an amazing price, and you know, this phone completely obliterates most of the competition right now, and I've not found any issues with it, but if I do, then I'll update. But right now I'm a big fan of this phone, and you know, I'd give it a solid 9.5 out of 10 so far. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the review though, and I'll be back again shortly. If you did, please subscribe or like the video. Cheers.